Hello, my friends. Welcome back to American Lingo Academy. I'm Fiona, and today we're going to learn another 10 common idioms, phrases, and sentences that native English speakers use every single day. These expressions are super useful, and I promise you, by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what they mean and how to use them naturally in your own conversations. So grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's dive right in. Remember, practice makes perfect, so don't worry if you don't understand everything immediately. We'll go through each expression slowly and clearly. Number 1, hang in there. This is an encouraging phrase that we use to tell someone to stay strong during difficult times. When someone is going through a hard situation, like losing a job, feeling sick, or having problems at school, we say hang in there to give them hope and support. It means don't give up, keep trying, things will get better. For example, imagine your friend is studying really hard for a difficult exam and feels stressed. You might say, I know this test is really hard, but hang in there. You're going to do great. Here's another one. If your coworker is having trouble with a project at work, you could tell them, this project is challenging for everyone. Just hang in there, we'll figure it out together. Number 2, you're one to talk. This is a phrase we use when someone criticizes or judges another person, but that person has the same problem or does the same thing. It's like saying you shouldn't judge others because you do the same thing. Sometimes it sounds a little defensive or sarcastic. For example, imagine your brother tells you that you watch too much TV, but he also watches TV all day long. You might respond, you're one to talk. You were watching Netflix for 5 hours yesterday. You might hear something like this at work too. If someone complains that others are always late to meetings, but they're always late themselves, a coworker might say, you're one to talk. You were 15 minutes late to yesterday's meeting. Number 3, dig in. This is a casual phrase that means start eating. When food is ready and served, the host or someone at the table will say, dig in, to tell everyone they can start eating. It's a friendly, informal way to say, please start eating or go ahead and eat. For example, when your mom finishes cooking dinner and puts all the food on the table, she might say, okay, everyone, dig in while it's still hot. Here's another one. At a party with lots of snacks and appetizers, the host might announce to all the guests, there's plenty of food on the table, so please dig in and enjoy. Number 4, A for effort. This is a phrase we use to recognize that someone tried really hard, even if the result wasn't perfect or successful. In American schools, A is the highest grade, so when we say A for effort, we're giving someone the highest grade for trying, not necessarily for succeeding. For example, imagine your friend attempts to bake a cake for your birthday, but it doesn't look very good or taste great. You might still say, well, it may not be perfect, but A for effort. Thank you so much for trying. People often say this when someone is learning a new skill. If your coworker gives a presentation in English and makes some mistakes but worked really hard preparing it, you could tell them, your English is getting better, and definitely A for effort on that presentation. Before we continue with more expressions, I want to ask you a quick favor. If you're finding this lesson helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. It really helps us create more content for English learners like you. We post new lessons every single day, so you'll always have fresh content to practice with. Okay, let's keep going. Number 5, where are you off to? This is a friendly question we ask when we see someone leaving or going somewhere. It's a casual way to ask, where are you going? We usually ask this question when we bump into someone we know, like neighbors, friends, or coworkers. For example, if you see your neighbor getting into their car in the morning, you might call out, "Good morning. Where are you off to?" You might hear something like this at the office too. If you see a colleague packing up their things early, you could ask, "Leaving early today? Where are you off to?" Number 6, it's my treat. This phrase means, I will pay for this, or this is my gift to you. When someone says it's my treat, they're offering to pay for something like a meal, coffee, movie tickets, or any other expense. It's a generous way to offer to pay for someone else. For example, when you're at a restaurant with a friend and the check comes, you might say, "Don't worry about the bill, it's my treat today." Here's another one. If you and your coworker decide to get coffee during your break, you could offer, "Let's go get some coffee. It's my treat since you helped me with that report yesterday." Number 7, can you squeeze me in now? This phrase means, can you make time for me in your busy schedule? We use squeeze in when someone's schedule is very full, but we're asking if they can find a small amount of time for us. It's often used when making appointments or asking for favors. For example, you might call your dentist's office and say, "I know you're really busy today, but I have a terrible toothache. Can you squeeze me in now?" People often say this at hair salons too. You might ask your hairstylist, "I have an important meeting tomorrow and my hair looks terrible. Can you squeeze me in now for a quick trim?" Number 8, are you mocking me? This is a direct question we ask when we think someone is making fun of us or copying us in a mean way. To mock someone means to imitate them or repeat what they say in order to make them look foolish or stupid. For example, if you're trying to speak English and someone repeats what you said in an exaggerated way that makes you feel bad, you might ask, "Are you mocking me?" You might hear something like this between siblings too. If your little brother keeps copying everything you say in a silly voice, you might turn to him and ask, "Stop it. Are you mocking me?" Number 9, what's in it for me? This phrase means, what benefit will I get? Or how will this help me? People ask this question when someone suggests an idea, asks for help, or proposes a deal. They want to know what they will gain or receive in return. For example, if your friend asks you to help them move to a new apartment on Saturday, you might jokingly ask, "What's in it for me? Will you buy me pizza?" Here's another one at work. If your boss suggests you take on an extra project, you might wonder, "This sounds like a lot of extra work. What's in it for me? Will I get overtime pay or a promotion?" Number 10, do the math. This phrase means calculate it yourself or think about it logically. Sometimes we use it literally when we want someone to add, subtract, or calculate numbers. But often, we use it figuratively to mean use your brain or figure it out yourself. For example, if your friend complains that they never have money but they buy expensive coffee every day, you might say, "You spend $6 on coffee every day." Do the math, that's more than $2,000 a year. You might hear something like this when discussing time management too. Someone might say, "If you spend 3 hours watching TV every night, do the math. That's 21 hours a week you could use for studying or exercising." And there you have it, my friends. 10 more useful expressions that will make your English sound more natural and fluent. Remember, the key to mastering these phrases is practice, so try to use them in your daily conversations. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how we learn and improve. If this lesson helped you today, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends who are also learning English. And don't forget to subscribe to American Lingo Academy. We're here every single day with new lessons to help you master American English. Leave a comment below and tell me which expression was your favorite, or if you have questions about any of them. Keep practicing, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.